viewers, welcome to Literature Unfolded. In this video, we will unfold William Shakespeare's sonnet That Time of Year, the sonnet number 73. This sonnet is one of his most emotional and reflective poems. Before we begin Shakespeare's sonnet 73, let's first understand what exactly is a sonnet. The word sonnet comes from the Italian word sonetto, which means a little song. And that's true, a sonnet actually sounds like a song made of emotions, rhythm, and thoughts. A sonnet is a 14-line poem written in iambic pentameter, which means each line usually has 10 syllables, like a heartbeat rhythm. Now, there are two main types of sonnet, the Petrarchan or Italian and the Shakespearean or English. The one we are studying, Sonnet 73, is a Shakespearean sonnet. It follows a very specific rhyme scheme, ABAB, CDCD, EFEF, GG. That means it's divided into 3 quatrains, each of 4 lines, followed by a final rhyming couplet, the last 2 lines. Every quatrain in this sonnet gives a new image or metaphor about aging, like autumn, sunset, and dying fire. And then the final couplet gives us a message or conclusion. Now that we know what a sonnet is and how it's built, let's move into one of Shakespeare's most touching works, Sonnet 73, where the poet beautifully connects the passing of time with the power of love. Through the images of autumn, twilight, and a dying fire, Shakespeare beautifully expresses the idea of aging, time, and how love grows stronger when we realize life is temporary. Watch this detailed video, yet simple explanation to understand every metaphor, image, and meaning behind this timeless sonnet. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Literature Unfolded for more deep and easy literature explanations. Before we start Sonnet 73, let's take a quick look at where it comes from. William Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets in total, exploring themes like time, love, beauty, and mortality. The earlier sonnets were addressed to someone very special, a young man whom Shakespeare admired deeply. Many scholars believed that the mysterious W.H. mentioned in the dedication could be William Howard, the Earl of Pembroke, though the true identity is still in debate. Sonnet 73 belongs to this earlier phase. It isn't just about love, it's a moving reflection on aging and the passage of time. Here, Shakespeare compares himself to autumn, twilight, and the dying fire, 3 images that show how life slowly fades away. But what makes the poem powerful is its message that the awareness of death and decay makes love even stronger. When we realize that nothing lasts forever, we begin to value that we have more deeply, more truly, and more beautifully. Now let's go line by line. The poem begins, That time of year thou mayst in me behold. In this first line here, Shakespeare is saying, You can see in me that time of the year which looks like late autumn. The word thou means you, and mayst means may or can. So, Shakespeare's talking to his beloved, saying, When you look at me, you see the season of my life that is almost over, just like autumn, when trees lose their leaves. Then he continues, When yellow leaves or none or few do hang. Here he paints an image of bare trees, where just a few yellow leaves remain. It's a metaphor for old age, life nearing its end. Just like trees shed leaves before winter, Shakespeare feels his own energy and youth fading away. He is not only describing nature, he is describing himself, his body, and his life's late season. It's calm, it's sad, but also very beautiful because he accepts it. Next, Shakespeare says, In me thou seest the twilight of such day, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away. Death's second self that seals up all in rest. Here he moves from autumn to evening. He is saying, when you look at me, you can see the twilight. Means the last light of the day fading away after sunset. It's a beautiful image of life nearing its end, like the soft golden glow before darkness falls. Now, black night. Black night represents death, which slowly takes away the light, just as night follows day. Here, when he says, Death's second self that seals up all in rest, he means sleep, which is a gentle image of death. So, Shakespeare is saying, I am like the evening. The light in me is fading, but it still glows softly because before the final night comes, it's peaceful, not fearful. He is accepting life's natural rhythm. Now Shakespeare says, In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed wherein it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. Here he gives us the third and final image, the image of a fire slowly dying out. He is saying the fire you see in me is burning weakly. It's lying on the ashes of the wood that once faded. The ashes here represent his past youth, the energy, passion that once kept his life burning brightly. Now that same energy is almost gone and the fire is dying. But it still glows softly, showing that a bit of warmth and light still remain. And then next, when he says is consumed with that which it was nourished by, it means the same fuel that once gave the fire life is now turning into ashes, slowly destroying it. In other words, the very things that once kept us alive, time, passion, love, also lead us toward the end. It's such a deep and emotional metaphor, life feeding on itself, slowly fading, but beautifully so. Alright, now let's move to the very last two lines of the sonnet, means the couplet part. This thou perceivest which makes thy love most strong, to love that well which thou must live ere long. Here, Shakespeare is wrapping up everything he said so far. He is talking to his beloved and says, you can see all this in me, the signs of my aging, the autumn of my life, the fading fire, and because you see it, your love for me becomes even stronger. Now look at that carefully. He is not asking for pity. He is showing something very human. When we realize that someone or something won't stay forever, we start loving it more truly, more deeply. It's like when you know time is short, every moment suddenly feels precious. Then comes the most emotional line, to love that well which thou must live ere long. He is saying, learn to love well what you will one day have to leave. In simple words, don't take love for granted because one day time will separate you through distance, through age, or even through death. So, Shakespeare turns the sadness of aging into something beautiful. He is teaching us that real love grows not from forever, but from knowing that forever doesn't exist. That's why this sonnet ends with peace, not fear. It's not about death anymore, it's about loving deeply while we still can. And that's the beauty of Sonnet 73. It reminds us that love becomes more powerful when we understand that time is limited.